But yeah, no, you start peeling out, and you are heading north. And yeah, these things move.
I see what you mean.
They're non-wheel craft. These are sand blasters, so they have jets on the bottom of them. So they're basically like hovercraft, but with jets. So they are shooting over the sand.
Okay.
And he pours on the speed as you are making a diagonal approach to the northern line. And you can see as it sort of like looks for a while as you're going right towards this line, and you can see they start to move in direct patterns as the airships move on forward and the ground forces make sort of a beeline right towards Griot. So yeah, you just sort of cruise over the sand. And it's actually pretty much the same for like a couple hours. To the point where you're just sort of steadily cruising. It takes about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, mine was just kind of closed up. She isn't talking at all.
There is an intercom system on the chariots that you can use to talk to the other one.
Theo's having a bad time. Mm-hmm. She has also gone silent.
What up, Pierre?
Flew a little too close to the sun.
I don't know what you want him to say. Because he can't say anything.
But is he actually abiding that rule?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not that dumb.
Alright. We're just silent here, yeah?
Yeah, Theo is just like staring at the floor, just thinking like, what?
But yeah, you just, to the point where you're actually cruising right over the border. You make like a day-long trip in like 7 hours. You're going from Griot. You're approaching the border to the northern territories.
Oh, okay. It's now, what? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the big war started.
1, 2, yeah.
The big war.
You have moved away from the Centerlands, and you actually see in the distance. You could see Griot as its glowing golden electrified self, and you can see it turn off. And you actually you see a few seconds after that, you see above Griot a fireball.
Oh my god.
Descend from the clouds.
It's anxiety, man. Omira's just like flicking her foot, legs crossed.
Yeah, it's been like a long ride, but you are cruising. You actually just right over the border. There's barely anyone there, and you just zip right over, and you're heading northeast into the upper territories of the Presley region.
So we are heading towards Presley?
Yeah.
Weird.
And you're just heading right up. Eventually, yeah, I've described before, Abby, I don't know if you were here, from rock and field into a forest overlooked by a big snow-capped mountain.
Like an actual forest?
Actually driving through a real-ass forest. As you approach, you see there are some older-looking buildings that are a little worn down. You start to see ready-made battlements, which are placed throughout the trees. And as you approach, you see a giant wooden mansion, an entire estate that's set up in the center of this forest.
My God.
It is the waning season of the trees, which is something you wouldn't know about, but these trees have gone into bloom, and now their petals are fading and falling off the trees. But as your chariots just straight cruise through this forest, you're kicking up these trails of these petals around you as you eventually come to a stop in front of this mansion. You see there's a courtyard that's been sort of cleared out. There's really nothing notable. There are 2 mounds in the ground, with each with what appears to be just like a sword buried at the head of each mound. And there's a pretty nice, extravagant porch with these giant double doors.
You're seeing Omira, she previously during all the hours flicking her feet
Yeah.
for this just kind of dies down and there's sort of like scowl on her face and a grimace looking in. She's just kind of like her face goes neutral, just looking at the window, just unmoving, 1,000-yard stare.
You come to a stop. You know, you see like the tail, like the entire body of these chariots is just like red hot. You have pushed these machines longer and faster than they were ever intended to go. And they just sort of.
God damn.
And he steps up. What? So we can finally get to business. Oh, that's my lip. Like you see him like stretch, like he keeps going, and then just like all the way over his head, he does like the yoga stretch.
Does it look unnatural?
Uncomfortably so, but maybe not unnaturally.
Okay.
But he is bendy as shit. And as you do that, you hear thump. And you can see that the double doors have unlocked and have started to drift open. And standing there is a figure in armor that looks slightly familiar, but very much historical. There is a broad chest plate with banding. There are very, very traditional style armor with a face mask that's shaped and painted like a wolf's mouth, and a helmet with, and down the back of it is just a giant just mane of fur that extends out the back of this helmet. And he is standing. He has resting a hand on the blade at his side, and beside him exits Omira Presley. We weren't expecting visitors.
I'm still in the car.
He just sort of looks around the group. Yes, yes, I'm aware, but we have come to make a visit with old friends of yours. With, well, more acquaintances, someone who would be interesting to you. I bring to you the 7th held of, what was it, the 7th herald of the Demon of Wrath. Gesturing over to Theo. And that, you see, that brings just, like, an immediate reaction.
What kind of reaction?
You see this person, and I've described him before, but,
Not to have it.
He's got the, like, mustache where it's, like, just the 2 bits on top, and then, like, extend down.
Okay.
Giant black, extremely blacked out shades, bald for the rest of it, just long white robe.
Gross.
Yeah. He's got shiny bald head. And yeah, that brings an immediate, like, furrowed brow. Now then, we have here someone who would be a little bit more familiar with.
Still in the car, man. I'm
He gestures back.
I haven't changed at all in
It's a child
minutes.
of Galena.
I haven't changed at all in minutes, dude.
Well, I have been a little bit obscure. Also, this one's a house, which not a bad catch, I would say. Still very important, is always. But I might have been a little. I might have lied just a little bit, but So I'm here for business with the present. I am here to make certain demands of you, probably. And there's just silence.
Theo's just like watching these two talk. She's like, I don't know what the fuck. Because here's the thing, again, still, Theo doesn't know the connection between the Priceleys
Right.
and the Huntsman, so she doesn't get what the point is here.
You know that symbol?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. That is his face mask and helmet.
Oh, I see.
He's basically wearing the symbol as this, like, style. But you do not. This doesn't. I went to a lot of trouble to get this. You're not going. You're just going to stand there and.
No, you didn't. Just for the record, you did not actually.
I went to court.
You coerced a bunch of children and then blackmailed
you know how
us.
hard that is. You were like cats. Trying to herd you around. Oh. Alright, so we can do this the hard way. And see him just like start to stroll up.
Where-
Jojo.
Yeah.
Menacing.
To Mr. Presley. So I'll be honest with you. I'm going to demand a few things on behalf of my benefactor, and you are going to give them to me, or I will start killing people. Starting with Mrs. Hare here. Well, that name shouldn't mean anything to you, but it will to them, and then I will continue with this Child of Galena, which, to be fair, I've always wanted to do. I don't know how she'd feel about that, but maybe you would be more acquiescing to my demands then, old man. Yes. And you just see there's just just a slight nod.
She's just gonna get out of the car and start approaching.
You see the slight nod, and you see the armored man just walk down the stairs. Wow, that's very cute. You think you can, to me, I would like to demonstrate to you now that there are no weapons that can hurt me, old man. You have been outpaced in your arms race, I am afraid.
And Theo is walking out with Omira now. She was
Omira
away.
is actually approaching. She just got like a dark cloud over her face at this point.
You see him. He takes just like a literal pocket knife, unfolds it, and just tosses it at the feet of Omira. I would actually encourage you to
Just step on that shit and continue walking forward.
to take a stab at me, as it were.
She's not talking about it. Just kind of going at him.
You do
Continue
not
walking.
realize what kind of danger you are in.
I don't know why I'm here or where I am. Everything I've known has been taken away from me.
Oh,
And
so
no
it's
one's here
very
to come
sad.
through me. There's one thing I know for certain. So it feels very, very nice to hit you. And then she's gonna go for the...
Could Pierre try to
Roll
hit
me
her on
a 20 and 3 against Omira's attack.
So should I do the attack first?
Yes.
So Omira, we have
Roll advantage.
You don't want to heed that?
21,
And then just a 23.
10.
Yeah, see, like he raises an arm, and yeah, you really swing into it. You see, you connect, like you really throw it into him. You see his face ripple out, and then the rest of his mass shifts and absorbs the momentum.
Curious.
And not in the way that skin moves, in the way that his flesh shifted to absorb this impact. Oh, that's very sweet of you, but I'm afraid I'll share
Hit him
that
again.
roll contested.
In the stones in the stomach.
He beats her with a 17.
Eventually, he moves a hand up, and he doesn't actually like catch you with his strength. He catches the fist and then just. So if you would be so kind. And you see, there's a moment where he goes from very calm. I want to describe. It doesn't hurt him. His skin starts writhing. His skin and flesh and entire body starts shaking, and it appears as though his body is trying to escape him.
Jeez, this is the moment.
As he just crumples and backs off.
And much
Jump up
much
and-
less jarring and significant in your periphery, you see Theo go fall over.
Am I just gonna get like the jump kick, like the jumps, like the spin where you plant your front forward force and like with your heel here you spin around, and hit at the side of your head.
So you're trying to spinning kick him, spinning back kick.
She's gonna spin heel kick this guy. It's the moment of opportunity.
And does he defend at all?
No, what did you roll?
18 plus 5. So,
You step into it, you get good momentum going, swing around, you impact, and his head stretches. You hit him, and he
Mr. Fantastic's
splatters.
out.
God damn, bro.
He splatters. The skin tears, the flesh shifts, and the face turns to look at you as it starts to recompose itself.
Where's the head right now? Or is it just like, is it still attached
No
to the
head?
neck? It's just
Yeah, the head itself, and it is now reconstituting itself. You see bones and flesh shifting, but they're the wrong colors.
Yeah, he's just gonna grab his head and just
What?
really
What is happening?
plant
Roll
it.
me a...
That's all it is.
What do I hear when that happens?
You don't want to remember how it sounds.
All right. What am I rolling?
I'm trying to basically. It seems like his head's not constituting.
Give me a 28 with advantage.
So that's a 21. That's another 21. And then what am I rolling in
I'm
defense?
trying to get him to trip and fall on his
Same
back.
thing.
That is a 7.
Advantage.
Defense. An advantage in defense. That is a 9.
Yeah, no. You kick him again, and once more,
Trip him, make him fall on his back.
no.
No.
The limb doesn't constitute leverage because it just bends.
Okay.
And he is slinking away. He basically just falls back
Baby Fisk moment.
and is just on the ground. And you see he doesn't look right.
Seems like some Resident Evil.
Yes. Actually, it's very close. But Mr. Priestley is still standing on the porch.
Yeah.
This
What's
point is
Mr. Hare's
just-
reaction to all this? What is?
Yeah, just sort of
As
shell-shocked.
Omira starts wrapping her hands around his neck.
Yeah, Theo.
Pointing
I don't know if I'm
around
allowed
again
to
and
do
again.
this, but Theo's gonna try and go into wheelchair mode on the ground
That's
and then,
fair.
prop herself up.
Because right now I have my hands around his neck. I'm just trying to slam his head into the floor.
It doesn't... It's like
Get him
punching a
again.
dodgeball.
Yeah.
But you hear it from the porch.
Here, Theo. Honestly, Theo's gonna take her sword, call to Omira, and underhand it to her.
Just hits her. She's not reacting to it.
No, all right.
No.
But okay. Well, she wouldn't have thrown it if she doesn't react.
Tell your employer that I have not been surpassed in his arms race. Then you see Wolfhound, the warden, start to
Yeah,
descend
honestly,
the steps.
what the fuck? Didn't? Why the fuck would he think that? Whatever, it's fine. Jeremiah is an egotistical idiot. The fact that he sent one of his guys up here like, yeah, you gotta do what it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Also,
He doesn't-
didn't
he
Jeremiah
doesn't know.
make Greyhound for him?
He made Wolfhound,
Or that's what his name is.
but I'll tell you this: as meta knowledge, the sword was absolutely not his.
All right.
So what's it look like right now?
You are not the only contingency around here. You may tell your employer, knight to bishop. And yeah, as he is writhing, basically just on the ground. Yeah.
Hey, we know it hurts him. If nothing else, you're giving him a bad time.
Yeah, no, you see all that. It's just sort of walking over with the sword. Or you may not tell him, because I believe the world would be much better off without your stain on it. And he explodes.
How does that work?
You are suddenly just covered in viscera.
Yeah.
For a
just
moment.
What's his remains? Because I had my hand at his neck.
And they are still moving.
So you're saying he slammed the sword?
No,
What happened then?
he just exploded.
Just with no seemingly no cause?
No. And it lays there for a moment, and you see the remains move. And sort of start to roll themselves
Theo
and
just,
piece themselves back together.
Puts hand over
Can
Pierre's
Pierre grab
eyes.
a little piece, please?
You can.
I want to see what'll happen if it does.
It
if he
jumps out of your hand.
No, I want to have it.
Yeah, no, it's like a
This-
liquid.
No, it doesn't. I'll grab it.
Contest, bro.
Grab it harder.
I'll roll.
Roll for
No,
grabbing. it
Mr.
harder.
Hare slaps that out of your hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's fair.
But no, they start not in the way that a slime does, but in the way that
So they just
muscles
start-
are contracting on their own and
So they-
pulling themselves along
Are
the
they
ground.
just like slinking out from my hands?
Yeah, no, basically he fell apart and is now putting himself together muscle by piece. It is now just rolling back, and you see the limbs go through like a couple different variations before they settle.
Myra's just on her knees.
Settle as in reconstitute,
Yeah.
or settle as in stop moving?
Settle in becoming the same form as they were. And they sort of shift in pigment, and then like they go through a couple colors. Wipes his face. We will speak again.
Myra's just...
And yeah, once again, well, that just sort of raises the sword a little, and yeah, he just, he steps back and just, he rolls forward and breaks into a four-legged sprint and just vanishes into the trees.
I was just on her knees looking at her hands. What is...
You're dry.
What about my mom?
Theo?
You see her like, oh my god.
Is Theo good to use her legs again?
Yeah.
So she's after him. She's like a bullet.
There's no trace.
You sure? I can't roll nothing?
No, like, there's literally no trace that he was even there.
Do you mean she saw the direction, right?
Even if she can't find him, she's going in that direction.
You can go in the direction,
Can I also
yeah.
go in that direction?
You can.
I got a speed boost.
Yeah, you do have. He does have skateboards.
I have skateboards.
So I guess we're not in the scene.
Like you just run to the woods. Yeah.
Myra's just still on her knees, just looking at her hands.
Well,
And just...
Wolfhound. You see, his sword is different. It's just a big blunted sword. It has no sharp tip or edge.
How far away is he from me right
He's
now?
like right next to you. He tilts it up and sheathes it.
If you were to look at Omira, there's just silent tears going down her face. And...
I would not expected her to have a family. From her reputation, I would not assume it. As you are quickly realizing, I'm sure you know now, that your mother is involved and has been involved in certain things for a long time now.
Is that why she doesn't say anything?
I would believe she would try to keep you away from this.
She did. She brought me to an active war zone. I mean, what choice did she have? Because it was a war zone before the place.
There are a few things you should know about your mother.
The fact that she's an apparent assassin who works with fucking strange creatures and who...
Her most recent and last employer was a very troubled man.
That's generous.
Why am I fucking dry? And she just kind of starts to sob a lot more.
That was not a man that we just spoke to. That was an associate of her employer. Her employer was someone who called themselves Jeremiah Gray. He's known as a weapons maker, or his main interest was biological studies. That was a monster wearing skin. He helped create it, but that monster is much older than I think even I. That is not a monster I would treat lightly. That is the reason I spent so much time creating this weaponry that Wolfhound has here.
I'm scared of him.
There are the sins of the fathers that we must now account for.
Felt like safety. Just
We must now atone for our sins that we have committed in the past.
didn't do anything wrong.
No, you have not. The sins of the father must be atoned of through the son.
Is the
Such is the
reason why
way
me and mother don't look the same?
that would be it. If you would wish to, I would harbor you here.
I don't know where else I'm gonna go. At least it looks pretty. Thanks. Thanks,
Omira. We cut to the woods.
Yeah, Theo is just like booking it, and where? How thick are these woods?
Oh, they're pretty dense. They're kind of overgrown.
Into the thick of it. I'm just trying to think. What do I know about this guy?
Yeah, no, like you like chase after. There's just like there's no tracks. He left no trace. You get like 500 feet and there's just nothing.
After like 10 minutes of fruitless searching, Theo's gonna run back. Like, alright, so obviously you probably have a lot of questions, but this is kind of urgent. There's like a life in danger. I don't know if you care, but please, if you do, can I have like a phone?
You see, Mr. Hare is like off, like just yelling into his transceiver.
Yeah, let me have that quick. Do you guys have?
He is yelling to someone called Ian about getting a search.
Do you? Theo's gonna like turn to what's his name? Omira.
Omira.
Do you have anyone here who knows Steam speak?
I do, yes.
Can you get them quick? I have that guy's number. We might be able to track it.
Track.
The signal. We might be able to track wherever he's going to.
I know where he's going.
Why are we going after him anyways?
My mom!
No worry. There aren't any signals that are going to be able to get out of here without my knowing. We're in what's called a dead zone.
So what do we do then?
I'm going to bed. Just gonna walk inside.
I have some questions for you.
Yeah?
Was he lying?
I mean, it's kind of pretty easy to verify.
And he gestures up to the spot.
Yeah, she takes off her hat.
You immediately you hear an animal noise come from Wolfhound,
Uh-oh.
but he doesn't move. So it is true then. The third brother walks.
I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of coerced into whatever that was. I don't know anything
understand.
about it.
Well, to there I can answer your questions.
Alright?
I am part of a long, long line. My ancestors and their ancestors, well, not mine, but this family's that I've found myself a part of. We dedicated ourselves to the search and destruction of these occultists. The Huntsmen.
Yeah.
We have failed in our goal, it seems. We've allowed this to happen. But I would like to know how much you are aware of.
All I know is that I joined an organization under the with the promise that I'd learn basic mech arcanist skills, and there was some big ritual that they wanted to do. I thought it was like a religious thing. I didn't even know. I just went along with it because they promised they'd teach me the basics. And then before I knew what was happening, we were all knocked unconscious, and then we had like weird powers.
You had to complete a ritual.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Summoning.
Yeah.
So it is done?
Yeah, we didn't all make it out, but yeah, it was in Apentalis.
So it is as I assumed. It has begun. The end. the end of all things. Once you have participated in a ritual to summon the bringers of the apocalypse. Once all four are summoned, the end will begin, and we will be wiped from the planet.
That sounds a little... I don't know. I guess what I just saw kinda might be stupid to say. That sounds a little bit mythological.
Yeah, and he smiles a little bit. There is quite a bit of history to that claim. Mythological is an apt term. I have an old friend to see, I think.
Alright. Like, do you want me to go with you, or... I kinda have someone I'm looking for.
You may continue on whatever path suits you.
I guess I should just think on it.
You are welcome to stay as long as you like. And yeah, he turns and you see Wolfhound ascend the steps and walk the path that Omira takes.
Yeah, she's just gonna walk back to Pierre and Mr. Hare. How's that been developing?
He's still like off in the tree line, screaming into his transceiver.
Pierre is standing next to him, kind of sheepishly, you know, when kids are waiting for their parents to be done with something.
Right.
Yeah, I think Theo just like comes over and hugs Pierre. And just kind of stays there waiting for Mr. Hare to get to a point where he can, like, you know, basically be done.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be anywhere near that.
Yeah.
You see him, he's arguing with someone about getting an airlift to their location right now. He seems to be running into the fact that their location is no longer registered as legal imperial claim.
What, did I hear him right that he said he knew where Claude was going?
Yeah.
I probably should have asked about that.
Where did Omira and Wolfhound go? Did they
Go
go
back inside.
Omira is like directly to the right of the door, like in a corner, and she's just crying.
Just in a corner. I mean, you see like that, it sort of draws the like attention, but he doesn't face you. Like he moves his head around a bit and then like finds Wolfhound's shoulder and directs him towards you, and he hears and he turns and he just sort of sits.
Yeah. She's just bawling.
Yeah. No, he's just sort of sitting there at attention, about like a good 7-8 feet away, just
Offers you a chalky milk.
Oh boy, man.
but like he's facing away from you, so he's just sort of like he's at door rest. Eventually, Mr. Hare gets off the line and goes back to the chariot and just settles down.
I like to think while they were waiting, Pierre and Theo just like fell asleep against a tree.
Yeah. You wake up to the sound of there is actually an airship horn above you. Mr. Hare is arguing with the captain of it.
He's gonna like remove herself from Pierre so she doesn't wake him up and like.
Oh, he's awake.
Oh, is he what? Is he awake?
He hasn't said much. He's waiting for his dad to finish.
He's like
Tell him what to do.
I'm gonna go check on Omira. I mean, they've been asleep for a while, so I don't even know what you've been up to.
What does Omira continue to do?
Does she get led to a room or anything?
No.
She just.
He was just, Wolfman was just sort of just sitting there until you moved.
She kind of just like kind of like falls over and just goes to sleep.
You just stay there? Yeah, so he has remained there.
Towards Bloodhound, just sleeping against the wall.
Yeah, you enter and he stands.
She just like awkwardly like shuffles around him like.
Yeah, and once you do, he just sits again.
She's just dead asleep.
Yeah, she's just
head against the pavement.
Yeah, Theo's just gonna like
On the floor.
set up shop next to you.
Outside you. Yeah! We're leaving!
Can I tell my friends bye at least?
Yeah, make it quick!
Okay, he's gonna rush in. They're right at the door, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go.
I don't. Does he want me to come with?
He pokes his head out.
Would it be better if I just didn't?
Can Theo come?
It doesn't matter, we're leaving! Get them if you want!
If you want to.
She like pokes Omira a little bit.
Squirm a little bit.
We gotta be fast, guys.
Oh, Omira, should I like? Do you want me to stay here with you, or are you gonna come with us?
You can do whatever you want. I'm not moving anymore.
Look,
I don't wanna
gotta
leave
go.
you.
So you're coming or you're not coming, Theo?
It's either or. It's up to you.
Theo is very torn.
Yeah, no, Mr. Hare has walked up to the entrance.
He's giving her puppy eye. Can I roll for
Here,
puppy
we're
eyes?
leaving now.
All right, give me Nicholas a hot second to come up with a solution here.
No, I'm rushing this as it's being rushed. Come on, Pierre, we're leaving. Is anyone else coming?
1 second, Dad.
No, we're leaving now.
Yeah, all right. I'm
And he starts
coming.
pulling Theo.
Oh, you know what?
Pulling Pierre along.
You know what? Actually, she's not going to come.
All right, it gives you a wave, but you start running, and like you're literally like running up the ramp to this like airship lift, and it takes off almost immediately the second you get on it. And yeah, you're just in the air. You're in a cargo ship actually. You see Mr. Hare just hand over a bank card to the captain as you take off and you start heading towards the Imperial City. Yeah, and it is quiet. It is actually more quiet than you have been around in a long time. There's the sound of the wind in the trees and barely anything else.
What can I hear? Just to the right of the door, the big mansion. I'm against the wall.
Right.
Sort of.
You
There's
can
Bloodhound there.
hear the house itself sort of slowly shift and creak.
Yeah, Theo is going to just walk out into the woods, I think.
Yeah. You pass by the two mounds. You see the blades that have been placed in by the one end of it have each an inscription carved into the blade.
I assume Victor and Minar.
They're in a language you barely understand, but you can piece out like a name. But there's a whole inscription. But yes, and yeah, this would come as new knowledge to you.
Well, she doesn't know either of these people, so.
Well, you would know who they are. These are like celebrities.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough.
Like these are names that you know.
That's fair, but also not like that kind
Not
of
pressing, but like
that kind of like doesn't sink in
doesn't really process.
at the moment.
Yeah.
She's just walking in a straight line just into the woods.
Yeah, you see there are sort of grown over and old, like there's training grounds over here. There's like wooden dummies, there's equipment.
Yeah, she just gets out into like a clearing, pulls out the sword.
Remember that time we killed that guy? That was fucking dope. Can we do that again?
She looks at it for like really long. Starts to cry a little bit.
I feel like this is the wrong... you know what? This isn't really fun anymore. I'm just gonna switch off for a bit. Let's go with you. If you don't have anything, like, fun to do... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she'll just stab it into the ground. Sit down. Yeah.
Wolfhound still there.
Yeah. He hasn't moved an inch. And he is in, I want to describe, it's a full, long, like, ceramic face mask, along with the helmet.
Wolfhound? Why are you strong?
I am required to be.
Kinda same. But why?
It is my purpose.
You know what that's like?
Anyone can have purpose.
I don't know, I never really thought about it. Just did what I felt like doing.
There is difference between will and purpose. To have purpose requires will, but to focus your will requires strength of mind. These are the tenets of the apostle.
The strength of mind. What are you fighting for? Or just do it because it feels good.
I remain strong to uphold. First my master's house, their name, and finally all the three peoples of this world. I uphold the tenets of the apostle.
Are you happy to wake up in the morning?
It is not important. My wants, my personal desires are not what I strive for. My purpose requires me to fulfill my duty, and that is what I will do.
Do you like that?
I think I do. But at the end of the day, there is only one thing that matters. It is that I have upheld my duty and served my purpose. Yeah, he stands,
Just
readjusts his sword belt.
Just wonder how you can love something like that. Not like that, as in... I don't know.
There is fleeting satisfaction in happiness. I fulfill my purpose because I must. I have the strength to do so because I continue to have the will to do so.
Will is the name of the game, huh?
Gives short bow. He turns out to follow Theo.
Thank you.
Yeah, you hear clunk, 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 clunk. Actually, as he steps, his boots rattle. They have metal bits built into the sides that make a very specific each time he walks. Yeah, he just sort of approaches the edge of your clearing, stands there. You can tell his armor looks sort of weird out of place with how it was colored, and yeah, it looks archaic in shape, but it was also colored strangely. It had very like red and brown and weirdly kind of like pink swaths around it. But as he's standing there, he matches the exact color of the trees around him.
Yeah, she's just sitting there, crying a little. Basically thinking like, man, every time I try to, like, you know, have a family, be successful, really do anything. I just end up. I end up fucking over everyone around me, and somehow I come out of it. Just working through some just like ×4 survivor's guilt right now.
He just approaches and settles down into a sit, just facing you.
Looks up. You want something?
No.
Alright.
It is a fine weapon. He looks over and like a nod towards the sword.
Yeah. Does its job.
He removes his blade, and it doesn't make the usual grinding sound as it's doled down. And he sets it forward. It's just a single piece of forged metal. It looks, I would say, crude, almost, as he sets it down. The meaning of a tool is to serve its master. What is your tool's purpose?
I don't know. Self-defense, I guess.
So your tool's purpose is to carve.
Shrug. I don't really give much thought to it. I needed a sword. I got a sword.
There are many other weapons you could have chosen.
Yeah.
So why this one?
I guess I just feel like I have some unfinished business with it.
Your tool. Its purpose is for revenge.
There's footsteps, just kind of approaching.
Yeah. Not. Yeah. I guess I've just been.
Your tool's purpose is to cut. That is its designation.
Guess I've just been putting it off in my mind, but yeah, it's the only reason I keep around. I just want to stab that bastard straight through the heart.
He moves his fingers over the edge of his blade, and he sets it upright. A tool is defined by its master's purpose. Any tool can serve the purpose it is required. This tool is designed to protect. It does not need an edge to serve its purpose. The will behind it drives it forward.
It's pretty cool. She like cracks a slight smile, but it's good. Its job pretty much got me out of commission.
I removed its edge.
Why?
Its purpose is to defend, to protect. I do not require it to draw blood to serve its purpose. To look past the physical, the manifestations. Why do you seek violence?
Because it's not fair what happened
You seek it.
to me, to Matthew, to anyone on the first level. I don't know. I don't know what to do, and so the only thing I can think to do is to hurt back.
You seek vengeance, justice.
She like nods a little. Well, I didn't though. She like shakes her head. I just wanted to be normal. I wanted to have like. I just wanted things to be normal again.
You seek out You seek out to attain. You cannot attain through blood. You can only detract. To protect, you must have a weapon. A tool that serves your purpose, not the purpose that has been bestowed upon you. You have been given the choice of violence, but it is your choice to take it. He takes
I don't.
his
It
blade.
doesn't feel like it. Every time
shoots it back.
I try to choose to be just a normal person, it feels like I.
It is not weakness that you choose, not pacifism. To instead hold your ground. Not to strike back, but to defend.
I don't know what to do.
You find yourself a position to defend. Allies. Strength. If by blood you cannot achieve your goal, then you must rebuild. A house is not made of wealth. First you must buy the stones. And he stands. And he gives you a short bow. And he leaves.
It's still there.
I don't think she's noticed you. She's just like looking at the ground, like I don't even. Yeah. With lots of thoughts. Most of them just being like, I don't even know where to start. Not only do I not know what to do, with any or all of my options, I don't know where to start.
Pierre, you are in the air. You're in this cargo ship as...
Yeah, Pierre!
Your dad has been arguing non-stop on the phone.
Well, he doesn't really want to interrupt.
I mean, you're free. You're just in the cargo bay of the ship. There are viewports you could also go to.
I guess he'll look at the forest for determination.
You've passed far out of and over the forest. You're heading into the Imperial territories. You see below you you're passing over Point Salvation, which is the massive military base. You see just every minute something leaving from there, being deployed out southwards. And you're cruising down towards that location. He finally turns the transceiver off and just collapses against a wall.
Dad, where are we going?
I'm calling in a favor from my brother. We're going to get a search party started.
That French guy, he said if we didn't... Well, he just said that he had her.
Right.
And Omira said that he was threatening her.
Yes. You are correct. Pierre, I need you to be ready to accept what happens if it does. I pray it does not, but they said things don't look great. We're going to land here and stay here for a couple nights just to rest, but I'll be leaving with the search party.
What am I supposed to do?
You're going to be staying here at the base. And your ship lands.
I
On
can
the
come
airship.
with you. I can help you
No.
find her.
Yeah? You need to stay here. You need to stay here where you can be safe
and where they can keep constant supervision on you. And yeah, no, the cargo doors open and he's immediately greeted by someone and almost immediately ushered away. So Pierre, we'll talk soon. And you're just on this tarmac,
Tarmac.
giant airstrip.
Okay. But he's like the only one there?
Like the cargo captain, yeah, no, he closes up and takes off.
Oh, he's the only one there.
And yeah, there are a bunch of soldiers, there are people arming aircraft and taking off.
Well, it would be a shame if someone were to take a look around.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Turns around.
There's a woman standing there, just staring down at you.
Wouldn't happen to be made of rubber, would you?
You know, that may be the strangest thing anyone's ever asked me.
And it's not being racist.
No, I don't
That's what
I
that
don't think
is.
so. I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Whatever. It's kid slang. Are you here to follow me around?
I'm here to ask you a couple questions.
What?
Well, first off, what's your name?
Pierre.
Pierre. Well, it's nice to meet you, Pierre. She extends a hand out. It is a fully mechanized bit. She's got a back plate with "Born to Love" on it, with just like a faded paint decal of it. This is an old Paladin's airstrip decal. She reaches out to shake your hand. My name's Warden Ellis.
Pierre has developed a new sense of distrust with random adults, so he doesn't shake her hand back. He actually tucks his hands in his armpits.
Right.
I'm the warden for the Maxwell area, and I'm the overseer for this base here, so I guess that means I'm your new commander. Pierre.
Like a captain?
His eyes kind of light up.
She tilts her head at that and then shrugs. Yeah, like a captain.
You know, I met a captain once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
She gestures towards the barracks.
And you know, he had the greatest picture on the side of his ship. You should have seen. You know, I don't think I.
He looks around.
I don't think I still have it, but I did get a smaller copy.
I think we should talk indoors.